we've just gotten the big project reveals of Assassin's Creed, and it hints at amazing time periods to come within our midst. Let me be clear, Assassin's Creed is going big, and I mean big in a big way. It's basically, there's going to be a Netflix TV show, there's going to be 3 more projects in the works. We're going to be getting a huge amount of content within the next 3 to 5 years at least, or maybe even in the next 6 years. So, we got an Assassin's Creed in Japan that the fans have been requesting for a very long time, check. An Assassin's Creed in the Holy Roman Empire during the infamous witch trials, check. An Assassin's Creed in ancient China, check. Though I feel the time setting of Assassin's Creed in China could be better reserved for an open world single player game on PC and console than a mobile one. Currently, we're in the 3rd period of Assassin's Creed, which features a mixture of the return to classic AC gameplay while retaining the core RPG mechanics for the other games. So, we were in period 1, which was basically the phase of action-adventure gameplay, and period 2, which is the RPGs of Assassin's Creed, Origins, Valhalla and Odyssey. Assassin's Creed is going for a balance, I believe, to have games that appeal to the old fans and games that are going to appeal to the new fans. That being said, we are also going to see a period of support for games long after they've been released. So, let's go to HEXE and Red. I haven't been discussed in much detail, apart, let's say, from the clues of the witch trials in HEXE, which is set during the Holy Roman Empire, and the Shinobi fantasy in Red. All of this being said, this sounds amazing, because Red could be an open world RPG game set in Japan, and this would be a perfect period for Ubisoft to make a setting in. The period that you could choose is the Sengoku Jidai, for example, which was one of the most brutal periods of Japanese history. There's a brilliant game called Shogun 2 Total War, developed by Creative Assembly, which has made a fantastic game on this, and brought this period to life. And the Shinobi fantasy, I think, is very easy to figure out, because the Shinobi were basically those mercenaries, those men that in the Sengoku Jidai period that did the jobs that samurai wouldn't do. So spying, assassinations, all that type of stuff they did. And this was during the era of Sengoku Jidai. This is the era of great warlords of Oda Nobunaga and Takeda Shingen and Yusegi Kenshin. So you have all of these time periods that are really mixing in well. So basically put, it sounds like Ubisoft is doing a lot of work behind the scenes. The 2 studios, Ubisoft Quebec is handling Red, it's going to focus on the RPG track, while Ubisoft Montreal focuses on HEXE. And they basically are going to focus on the track that feels fresh and different, which to me basically says that HEXE is going to be more or less old classic AC gameplay style and mechanics. It could even be a 15-20 hour game. So I like this approach because it's balancing out those that want, instead of forcing the 2 mechanics of RPG and Assassin's Creed stealth gameplay to be shoved into one, as they did with Valhalla. That being said, let's move on to AC Infinity, which we still admittedly don't know much yet. We do know that it is going to be a multiplayer experience online that's going to be integrated within the single player experience of Assassin's Creed Infinity, that allows you to play different time periods such as you would do in Unity under the Animus project. I envision it as something similar to the Elder Scrolls Online, but still, it is still unclear. Will there be RPG mechanics? Will it be classic AC? Or will it be something else entirely? But according to Ubisoft, it's more than just a simple launcher. Infinity will be on PCs and consoles, and it will allow you to experience the memories of assassins throughout history, through the Animus by exploring their genetic DNA. So for example, if you had the Fate of Atlantis, the crossover stories, the Dawn of Ragnarok, those are all going to be in AC Infinity. And they will basically cover stories of AC that aren't covered at all, which is what I think a lot of the mythological stuff of the newer games is going to be put into Infinity. And plus, there's also talk of a meta story with the hint that all games will be on the Infinity Hub. So even Mirage could be on the Infinity Hub, all the Assassin's Creed games could be on it. Though I'm not sure how that's going to work out. And we'll just have to wait and see how they do it. We also have Project Invictus, which will be fully focused on the multiplayer experience for Assassin's Creed. And I really do hope that when they pull the multiplayer experience, they really take the Assassin's Creed Unity experience, because multiplayer missions on those games with co-op is absolutely amazing, because Assassin's Creed Unity had this amazing multiplayer co-op. It was really well designed, and unfortunately it was abandoned due to the not so good launch of Assassin's Creed Unity. So I really hope they bring something like that back. And of course we're going to be getting Assassin's Creed Valhalla's free chapter expansion that's going to bring an end to Valhalla's content. Now there isn't much that hasn't been revealed yet, but it might give us some hints of Basim and Loki and maybe some other things in the future. Now, after covering all of that, we also have the Assassin's Creed Netflix series, which has also been handwritten by Jeb Stewart, who also wrote Vikings Valhalla. And all I can say right now is, you've just heard all of that. No doubt that within any projects, of course, Assassin's Creed projects could be delayed, they could be, things can go either way. But what I'm hearing right now is, there is some big time periods coming. There is some great Assassin's Creed content being made. And Assassin's Creed just sounds really fantastic the way I'm hearing it. Though I don't think we will fully see an eventual return to the old style of Assassin's Creed, but we'll get a new interpretation of it, more or less. If you want to stay tuned for more content like this, don't forget to leave a like, share, comment and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video where we break down Assassin's Creed Mirage's gameplay